Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Stirring the Pot.
Because now it is time for you to shut the fuck
You have
up.
to understand, 20
That was
years.
acceptable at that time.
20 years is like 2 generations. You know how much we've changed in 20 years?
Yeah.
How much society has
What's changed in
changed,
20 years?
technology
It
has
was
changed.
acceptable,
Like, that was bullshit.
But motherfuckers do that shit today.
Yeah,
If I'm sitting there
but they're not as
smoking,
popular.
if I'm sitting there smoking weed and pass it to you, you not worried about. Most people ain't. Nah, I ain't see you roll it up. But a lot of times I've done it just to prove a point. Put my hand out with something in, or just try this, taste this. Like you didn't see me pour at all. You didn't do none of that shit. You didn't take the precautions that you should be taking. Or
there was a point in time where 20 years ago they were selling weed in bags rolled up.
Yeah. Or
20 years ago they was hitchhiking.
you want to, or you want to fit in. You want to fit into what everything's doing, what everybody doing around you. You don't want to be that lame person, and then didn't know what it kind of toll it would take on you.
We've had 20 years of them saying, "Oh, watch the apples that you get on Halloween because they got raisins in them. Make sure the candy is not open because they got pills in it." For fucking 20 years, now we're doing trunk or treats.
You don't talk to strangers nowadays doing Uber.
You can't even take You can't even take it for real. You can't even take a kid in the neighborhood and have him knock on doors anymore because you're afraid that he's gonna get fucking kidnapped. Like, what world are we living in?
Yeah.
I used to trick. Yo, Halloween was the best holiday. Never. Halloween was the best holiday for me because you know what we used to do in the neighborhood? We would dress up with our friends, and when I'm old enough, 21 plus, just with friends, we go around and we would get mad drunk, and then we knock on the fucking door, get some candy, and then we keep it pushing. We would in costumes, we were just adults trick or treating with alcohol. It was fun as hell.
Yeah, watch
that fun. We see kids and compliment kids and we're drunk as fuck.
Man, what has been going on with this young man?
He has been disrespectful, cussing at me, cussing around me, throwing things, not listening to anything that I say. Everything's a battle. He's disrespectful to my parents, my mom and my dad. He pushes my dad.
He pushes your father?
Yeah.
Don't answer or say nothing until I ask you. You understand?
Yes, sir. He cusses at my mom. He destroys things. He hurts me mentally and physically.
He's put his hands on you?
He has attacked me, yes.
He's attacked you?
Yes. He has punched me. He has ran up on me with things.
With weapons?
Anything that he can hit me with. Doesn't matter. He threatens he's gonna.
And how old is he?
He's 10.
10.
Yes.
Put your hand down. Sit there and be disciplined and listen. Go ahead, ma'am.
He threatens my life. He tells me he wishes he didn't have a mom. And he does this to me every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Every day.
He's disrespectful at school. He's told the teacher to shut up, try to walk out the building.
Understood. Let me move this out the way. Because you and I are about to have a real talk, young man. A real talk. Would you like to go with me, young man, right now?
No, sir.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Then why? Why in the world would you attack your mother and call her out of her name and disrespect your grandfather and push your grandfather and just run around here like you're the boss of this house? Why in the world? And I need you to take a minute and give me an answer that makes sense to me, that I can understand what's wrong with you so I can help you. Because, little boy, if you don't give me the right answer and I don't understand what's coming out your mouth and I think you're giving me some crap and you're sitting here trying to play me, you're done. Do you understand?
I'm done with that shit. It's pissed me off again. All right, so same thing you said. I had to call my mom and like, yo, are boys really this fucking hard? Because I asked, I was like, if we thought we was never gonna put our hands on you or talk back,
get your ass him doing.
We'd be through the fucking wall. She's like, yeah, you be 2 houses down. Yeah. And And I was like, yo, so this is like, and I'll say this a lot. I ain't grow up with punk ass women. So that shit would never fucking fly. Like, so it's just, but I know people like that. And I'm just like, yo, because apparently this dude is like, he goes around, does this, it's a mentor and shit. I was like, how the fuck I sign up? But I put my hands on the parent too. Because the fuck you allow your kid, like, ain't shit a fucking option. This is a whole dictatorship. Like, you can't think for you can think for yourself, but you don't know what the fuck to do. Like, this is a dictatorship with me. Until you get older, the leash comes off a little bit. It loosens up. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, because you got to start doing shit yourself. But as a kid, first of all, I wish I would call another motherfucker here to help me discipline my own fucking kid. At that point, I'm making another one. Like, we getting rid of this one, and we making another one. Like, but I'm not about to, unless I'm dealing with like my daughter, and I can't teach her how to be a woman. Then I understand. Okay, you need to come in and talk to her and show us up. But discipline my kid, make sure my kid on the best behavior. I'm not calling nobody in for that. It's
100%. I think it's a control thing, and the kid has been like that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
out of control.
If shit like that happens, you've allowed that shit for a long
Oh,
time.
for sure.
So you can't be mad that you've made your bed or haven't made your bed, and you come back to the house and the shit's not made.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's only your fault. So it's like to have someone else come in is awesome. Yeah, but some kids are not receptive to that. I've had badass kids that like to get beat. And you beat a kid and he's fucking like, oh yeah, fuck that. Like laughing
You
at
ain't
the
hit
whole
hard
time.
enough.
You didn't hit hard enough. Maybe so.
And maybe
But
using
then-
your hand now, because that belt is a motherfucker.
But then you have people that are actually fetishized getting hit and getting beat. So it could be a little mixture of both. And you don't know when that kicks in. That could be 18. It could
That's
be 8.
true. But
it's sad. But then you hit the kid hard and you break his arm. I knew someone whose mother beat their sister and hit them with the belt, buckled the belt, and the belt buckle fucking stem thing,
mm-hmm.
and put it into the girl's eye. And she doesn't have an eye; she has a glass eye now.
It's the wrong way and right way.
That
for shit.
Right,
but
you wouldn't think.
I'm sorry. I think
that is
shit like that is.
But that's the level. Like if I beat you in my hand, it's not hard enough. You're laughing at me. Then I might hit you with a closed fist. Not me, because I wouldn't hit my kids. I plan not to hit my kids after a certain age. So I think if I hit my kid, it's gonna be before one where I can't communicate with you. You can't communicate with me. So I have to do something else to make you understand. Maybe pop on the hip and whatever. But after we're able to talk and we're able to communicate, hand sign language or whatever, like we're gonna talk it out as much as we possibly can. But so the hand may not work. The hand doesn't work. What do? Take the belt out, right? The belt doesn't work. Then what do? Use the other side of the belt. And you escalate. That's kind of what happens. Yeah. So how do you fix that?
How did they fix us?
Being boot camp. Boot camp was good enough for me.
No. As far as boot camp, right?
Oh, military. Yeah.
You stayed up all fucking night. That'll break anybody.
You ever play reindeer games? You ever play reindeer games? You probably did. Probably called it something else in the Marines. Switch uniforms. Called it reindeer games. They would tell you dress blues. We had dress greens. Dress greens. So you go upstairs. He gave you like 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Count down. Joe Sargent, you hear him because loud as fuck. It's 2:00 in the morning. Come back downstairs. Everyone got the dress blues on.
They better have it perfect too.
ACUs.
Yep.
Oh, it says it. And
we did do that.
And then it's PTs.
Yep.
Yo, that shit was.
They call them fuck games with us.
Fuck games.
You want to play fuck games? And then they'll be like, all right, you got 50, 39, 19, right. 18, 17, right. 9, 8. Like, yo, hold up. But I would definitely do like, the video gets worse, right? Well, I don't know worse, but the kid goes on to say, oh, because he asked him, why are you acting like this? And he's like, oh, because my dad, and this is like, yo.
That's a good point.
That's not ever a fucking issue. The relationship we have with each other does not give you a right to act out.
So, can I be empathetic for a minute?
Go ahead.
Boys are boys. And we know, as is your philosophy, mine as well, the man is one that's responsible for discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And the women are more responsible for the healing, the nurturing.
Yep.
So if you remove that, and you have that good partnership with your partner, right? Where it's just like good cop, bad cop, your partnership, however that works in the household. If you lose that part of punishment, if you're with a woman that's not able to instill that or grows used to you doing that and not needing to, you have wild animals in the house now.
I understand that.
I can see that.
I see the different side of that, but my thing is, so pretty much he didn't do his job because you still have to be a leader when he ain't there.
You still got to, and he should have instilled respect.
Exactly. He should have put that in there like, yo, don't look. It ain't just on me to discipline him. You need to do it too. Like, right, he needs to know.
But kids will manipulate. Kids know kids will know who and when to fuck with who and what and how and why.
No, but that's only for the ones that allow it. Mm-hmm. They know how.
I'm
to
only
do
playing
it.
devil's advocate.
No. I'm with you. I didn't think about it like that because you are right. Like maybe they were together. He was the disciplinary, and then they broke up, and then now it's removed. But still, it's like I need you to be able to do shit when I ain't here. So I'm going to show you how to do shit. And you show me how to do shit when you ain't here. Show me how to do nurturing shit to calm him down in case he wilding or she wilding, whatever the case is. I'm gonna pick up on some of the shit you do. Mm-hmm. So when you ain't here,
that makes sense.
It's still you still got that, not as much, but it's still that nurturing part that's missing until it gets back. You know what I'm saying?
That's a perfect household though, and we know that that's not realistic in America for the most part. I would say not unrealistic. I would say it's far and few between.
But my other problem with that, right, is my mom was both.
She had to.
Yeah. So it's just like. But even when they broke up, you know what I'm saying, my mom and my dad divorced or whatever, and after he died, it's just like. I mean, yes, she made sure to have father figures in our life, but they can't always be around. You know what I'm saying? They got their own lives too. So, but still, you call it respect or fear. We didn't try half that shit.
Whatever it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It
worked.
Exactly. Like
what you want to call it. It worked.
Exactly. Right.
You want to call it something? Effective.
But you know what I'm saying? We would have never thought to try to have that shit. Like, are you serious right now? Like, at some point, you have to.
You gotta take responsibility. You gotta pick the mantle up.
Unfortunately, we have people who don't want to be leaders having children.
Oh, accidentally.
Like, unfortunately, unfortunately, this is the world we in, where people who don't want to be leaders, like, I don't like being a leader, but you had kids. That don't make sense to me. You're literally leading lives, and then these be the people that don't want anybody else to hit their kid. But they want to drop their ass off at your house. Expect you, Timmy, just calm down. Please stop. Hey, I'm saying shit once.
Yeah, he's a little wild right now, but he should calm down in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he will.
Progressively get
whether he's conscious or unconscious, he will calm down. Like,
he's getting his melatonin.
Like, it's not going to be an option. But I just had to call my mom and just like, yo, like, how is this, like, can you explain? Because she know women like that. It's just like, explain how this get this far.
It's allowed.
Exactly. And it's just,
your kids.
That's OD though.
The way you train your kids.
Yeah.
The way you train your kids is the way you train your friends. Is the way you train your boss. Is the way you train your students. Training is training.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you want to see it differently or not, they do the exact same methods of everything. Mm-hmm. There's a positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. If you do something and you don't have something that's positive or negative, you're not teaching or instilling something in someone that is showing them how to treat something. Me, it, that, they, she, her, whatever the fucking pronouns you want to use. So if you don't know how to be a leader, you don't know how to use someone's strengths and weaknesses, you don't know how to do positive reinforcement, you don't know how to do negative reinforcement, you don't know how to do any of those things. So your kids are going to be wild and free running.
Yeah, okay. That's why it's very iffy fucking with a chick with kids, because that part right there. Because I got to come into this, and you probably expect me to just sit here and just tone this shit. I'm not, no. There's got to be peace in the home. You know?
It has to be peace in the home.
If there ain't peace in the home.
We got to have peace right here.
And anybody who's disrupting that got to get fucked up. Whether it means you got to stay up all night, whether it means cancel Christmas, everything Don't bring no electronics over here, nigga. You reading, writing. That's exactly what the fuck you do.
Oh, I'm all for canceling Christmas. I'll be the first one. I don't like Christmas anyways. You did what in September? Guess what? You're not getting this. Guess what you're not getting.
Yo.
I'm all for that shit. I definitely think I'm having a Sag too. I can't say the story. Go ahead.
Hold on. I was gonna tell you, like, I've had to be around that before, and I've never. I really threatened to whoop mama's ass and the dad's ass. Call that nigga here so I can whoop his ass too, along with yours. Because the reason y'all allow, like, your kid just told you he hates you and you ain't do shit. Like, I was like, you had no idea that you just almost lost a kid with me. Like, I almost killed your fucking kid. Like, and you, because you allowed this shit to happen. Like, what kind of shit is this? There's obviously two people raising children. Ain't nobody trying to be a parent. But then you look at somebody else for correcting your child, because somebody's going to correct your child who don't give a fuck. Then you be, oh, my baby. No, this is your fault. Like,
I seen this little boy was running around in the toy section of Walmart. And this is an older black couple. And
with the boy?
I see, no.
Okay.
No. So, I don't know what the fuck she was. I think she was white. But her kid was running around. She was either white or Spanish. I don't really know. But her little boy was running around. She's like, so in this Walmart, there's like the toy section, and right here is like where the towels are. So it's like over the aisle. So she's in the towel. He's over there by the toys, running around, and she said, hey, like, get over here. And I seen the older man, like, give his wife, like, a look. I heard her talk to him, times now.
He want to fuck him.
And he said, hey.
Yo, I've done that. I've done that.
Like, I was like, oh. I felt so bad for that little boy. He looked sick. Mm-hmm. He looked so fucking sick. I said, that's what the fuck your little ass get though, because how many fucking times somebody got to tell you to do something? And he like immediately straightened the fuck up. But what I will say too is like, I'm like really looking at my own child, like my friends' children, my nieces and my nephew. And I'm just thinking about just how they are in just as a whole, and like trying to figure out, can women really raise children alone?
Yes, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to.
I'm going to tell you why I say that, because I feel like oftentimes, like I've literally asked even the women that are like militant, right? So I actually just had a conversation with two older women, like when I was at Chelsea House. And they were saying how they find it difficult, like they're older. So one is 60, the other one was 80. So they said they find it difficult to be both. So it's either I'm going to be the provider, but you don't get a lot of nurturance from me. Or I'm going to be the nurturer, but I don't know how to be like the disciplinarian too. And I'm just like, then like, I'm just thinking about all the kids that are around me and the lack of like male, like solid male figures in their life that are intentional with their presence, right? So you be around a child that's not your child, and you have a consciousness like, okay, I know that this child doesn't have a father here present, so it's not even
or they can relate to it,
right? So it's not even I need to show you, right? It's not a thing like that, but it's more so like, let me just put this bug in your ear real quick. Like those intentional interactions. Whereas instead of like okay, you here, I see you, little nigga. That's all right, cool. So anyway, like I was saying,
That's usually.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, that's your kid. So back to what I was saying. No, I'm saying that was me. Like that's me right there. Like especially if I don't really fuck with the kid, that's me. That's like the booty call dude come over, just smash mommy and bounce. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I see you, little fucker," but
yeah. So what you was
I'm like, I can see where you're coming from, but learning, training, like I said earlier, I feel like it's universal.
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you have to be nurturing all the time? Do you have to be the disciplinary all the time? It's all a balance.
Mm-hmm.
In training, right? Because if you only think about training, right? People have dogs. Your dog doesn't. Well, not everyone, but your dog doesn't run around everywhere and drink out of your bowl and piss on your bed. And some people are weird, but hear me out.
Yeah,
right?
No judge.
There are limitations from your pet.
Yeah.
Right. So what changes from your pet to your child?
Nothing. It's the same
there
shit.
There shouldn't be.
It's the same exact shit.
There shouldn't be.
Sit down.
Can I tell you something?
If you can raise a pet, why can't you raise a dog? And the last thing I'll say is there's one thing that's universal with all religions. You know what that is? It's the golden rule, which is.
I don't know.
You know what the golden rule is?
No. What is
the golden rule is treat other people the way you want to be treated.
Oh,
that is the one thing that's universal across all religions.
Mm-hmm.
So part of training, or part of putting people in a position where they need to be, whether it be your kids or your dogs, is to treat them the way you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm. So
if I'm raising my child, I know that I want a balance of, if I fuck up, I want someone to make sure they put me in a place. And if I do something good, I would like to be rewarded. We all feel that way, naturally. If I have to do it myself, I will. I'll smack myself in the ass if I need to. Preferably.
Wherever your kink is, we're not kink shaming.
Ass smack, right?
We're not kink shaming.
So why wouldn't you want that for your child? You have to provide that for your child at some point.
I absolutely agree with you. But I think that the thing that a lot of men miss is that you guys are very logical. Like, you think about things for the most part, in very black and white. And women operate a lot of times in the gray. Yeah. So it's about what feels good and what's easiest.
But what's right and what's wrong though?
That right there.
I do not disagree. I completely agree with you. But what I'm saying is, and I won't speak for all women. Mm-hmm. I'm only going to speak for myself and my own personal experience, right? I told y'all, when it comes to Kimani, she's in a place where she's like testing, right? She's and she's super fucking manipulative, right?
That's
so
where'd she get it from?
She picking up bad habits from somewhere.
No, but it's natural. That's natural for all kids.
So she's super fucking manipulative, and she's very smart. My daughter, if she was here, would sit in that corner. She won't say anything. She'll suck up every single thing that you say, every single thing that he says, every single thing that I say. She's going to now twist it and turn it to where it fits her way of thinking in her mind presently, and how she's going to use that to make things easier for her, but also receive, like, oftentimes,
she's going to be a lawyer.
Let me tell you what it is, right? She's been getting in trouble in school. She got into a fight, right? Mm-hmm. After she got into that fight, she is on a disciplinary plan. She's not supposed to get in trouble yet.
She got into a fight again?
No, she got into a fight a month ago.
Again?
Yeah, I told you that.
No.
You really don't be
No.
listening.
The only fight I remember is that day. Is that other one. That's only the fight before.
No, yeah, she got into a fight recently. She got into that fight. They put her on a disciplinary plan. And on that disciplinary plan, she's not supposed to get in trouble at all. So this is a way to, like, correct you and keep you on the straight and narrow.
Hold on, it's lovely.
She's been in trouble twice since then.
You even hit half the year in school.
And she's still in school.
Yeah, you ain't even hit half the year. That's a long ass way.
You're not even through the first 9 weeks of school.
That's like using all your sick time in the beginning of work. Like the first week.
The first month.
Yeah, it's like
5 days vacation.
Shit.
Yeah.
You
Like,
look at the
she really is like trying it. So she's, like I said, she's been in trouble twice, which is why her ass is on punishment. So she's supposed to have been kicked out of school. Every single person in that office genuinely liked her, right? So they find a way to minimize her accountability in every situation. So it's like they hold her accountable, but only up to a certain point to where she doesn't have to get in any real trouble.
Shit, I mean, but... And
I think that that's bullshit. So I then have to
hold on. Have you seen?
Now I have to
have
hold
you seen the size of your daughter's head? Last thing they want is to have a big ass dent in their fucking car when they come out of work because she mad and they.
Leave my baby alone. That looks like.
Yeah, I gotta get a napkin. I'm very, very passionate about this subject, so I have to find a way to articulate myself in a way that makes sense. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that part of sending your kid to school is that us as parents definitely need to step up to make sure that we're also providing intelligence. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get into that theory, that logic, but teachers have a very directional course. I don't know if you know what's going on with teachers right now, but there's a mass exodus from teaching. Yeah. And I actually, luckily enough, fortunately enough, talked to a teacher yesterday, and she was saying 2 conversations I've had. One was at the Scar Lounge that I go to down the street from my house. The other one was yesterday, both about teachers. The Scar Lounge had 2 teachers there that were retired. One history, middle school. The other one, she retired. She's like 65 years old. Not that her age matters. But the first conversation I had at the Scar Lounge was like, teachers need to get paid more. I 100% agree. I think that all teachers get paid more. My problem is that paying teachers more wouldn't make education better for kids. There's other problems in governments and how schools are funded, public schools are funded, that cause the problems why education isn't as good as it is. They cut PE, they cut art, they cut music. They cut PE, yeah.
They cut PE for real?
They cut PE. And they cut cursive. The kids are not even learning cursive anymore. And one of the biggest things is that they have the No Child Left Behind Act, which I don't know the exact year, but I think it was early 2000s.
Like 2004, 2003.
No Child Left Behind. That was one of the worst things that we had because teachers were able to provide the education that they seemed fit at the time. So, follow me here. You have teachers, No Child Left Behind, taking away the ability to teach kids. And then you have teachers need to get paid more. I think all teachers need to get paid more, but I don't think that would make the kids smarter or make them teach better. Because if you decide to be a teacher, you've known for a long time that they don't get paid a lot. You know about the vacation time they have, and you know about the debt you have to go into in order to become a teacher. You're passionate about teaching. I think teachers who are teachers don't fall into being teachers. They want to be teachers. You know what I'm saying? So pay is not going to change their ambitions to teach.
Because there's also a lot of guidelines with that. Right. Being certain things you can teach, certain things you got to get. Certain shit you can teach, certain shit you can't. Right. Get approved. And
So talking to the teacher yesterday, I brought that up. I was like, they said teachers need to get paid more. We both agreed, yes, they do. But I was like, I don't think that would incentivize them to be better teachers. And she's like, yes, it would. And I was like, well, how would you do it? And she goes, the way that NBA players, football players, and athletes are paid. If you're better at something, you get paid more. So instead of giving every teacher the same salary or raising every teacher's salary, you're going to be more competitive in your ability to build your resume to be a better teacher and go to better places. That would change the way that teachers are able to implement, whether it's purely curriculum, right? If I'm saying that I'm teaching this and their kids are scoring this grade and I'm going to different schools and it's having the same effect, you need to give that teacher more money for one. And you need to give them more free reign to be able to teach the kids the way they need to teach the kids.
That right there. You have to be able to, you either trust the teacher or the teacher, you don't. If you don't trust them, don't hire them.
Right. Don't trust the school. Don't do any of those things.
And that's why I agree with you that.
As in a principle.
Because it's like, and parents too, because it's like, Why am I sending my child to school? Really, so I can go work and do whatever the fuck I want and don't have to take care of my child. It's the real fucking reason.
Absolutely, and that goes to my other point too. Is that when the homework comes home, the one thing that my mom never did was check my homework. The reason why I wasn't the greatest in school. I got expelled 4 years in high school from the same school. Expelled 4 years in high school for the same school. I shit you not. Every year of my high school, I've never made it to the final day. I don't know what that looks like. I shit you not.
Oh, that's
and I passed. I had like a 2.5, whatever the minimum was, and enough credits to pass. Whatever the fuck it was, I passed. Okay, and I got expelled every year. And I don't remember what I got expelled for every year. I know 2 of the incidents, and they're stupid. But to go back to your point, and it wasn't like that was the final straw. It wasn't like that was the thing, right? It was like this one incident is like, Steve, we don't want to deal with it anymore. It was everything else that Steven was the asshole, was a dickhead, and he was doing mad shit. And then it was like, yo, now we can't really move forward with you. But they took me back. And I'm the man that you see in front of me now, a very educated man, because a lot of my education came post high school. I had to teach myself. I had to go back and find out what I wanted to learn and what was important to me. You know, I had to go back and be the successful person.
That right there, I think they should do a test for all children. I know some schools do, usually the private schools. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be a set thing that children need to learn. Mm-hmm. It should be.
I was going to test that.
Answer these questions, and we're going to give you a curriculum. Mm-hmm. How the fuck you say that word?
Curriculum. You said it right. the eighth time.
I don't know. You said it better than me, so I'm hating right now. But the eighth time. But it should be after that test. All right, this is what we feel like. Based on your results, this is what you be good. This is what the classes that you'll pay attention more. And here you go. Like
the last 2 things I'll say is the fact that your teachers are interested in keeping her. You shouldn't see it as an offensive thing, because there's a whole bunch of other kids that are way worse that don't give a fuck, who are actual menaces to society. This situation might be an isolated situation for your daughter, but they know your daughter better than you do, because your daughter will act right around you. She acted up in front of them. She's with her friends. She's goofing off. She's doing whatever she needs to do. They know her a little bit. I wouldn't say she know her better. They know her differently. Yeah. So believe them that she is a decent person. Because if she wasn't a decent person, we had skills program or whatever program they needed to send the retarded kids to and the badass kids.
Oh yeah, that's what we had. We called it Endeavor.
Alternative schools.
Alternative schools, right. That would be the recommendation. Alternative school. They said, hey Brittany, your daughter, she's great. We have a location for her down the street. It's actually it's like 20 minutes closer drive is alternative school.
That shit to you.
Yeah,
instead of just saying, your daughter can't
get rid of the fuck out of there. So let me say this last time. Okay. So you should take that in not a negative way. Like they should do something better. They could, but that option might be alternative school. So the fact that they take her in means that there's more to the story that you're not seeing. And then the pimp named Iceberg Slim. Iceberg Slim's mom gave him the best advice ever, despite everything she did, being a sex worker herself, doing other things. Her best advice to him was, you like to chill with criminals? Be a criminal law attorney, law defender. You can chill with criminals all fucking day and get paid for it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So it's like, just because something's not applicable, like you were saying in school, like taking the test to find out what works for you, I didn't understand the things that made sense to school for me, because no one really put it in a way that made sense for the future. Mm-hmm. And everything they said was a lie. Yeah. You'll never walk around with a calculated pocket. Bitch, what?
So ironically, they put it on phones now. So.
Right. So it's like you need to be able to understand your kids and guide them, and also tell them what this is about. Because to this day, we think we do the math all the time, right? What do? We on the road and you have the GPS. You try to race the GPS so I get there faster, right? You know what that is? Fucking algebra. Train leaves this station at this time, and this train leaves this station at this time.
Mother, I hate those questions. I never thought about it.
But you don't know how it's implemented in your life.
Yeah.
You're racing somebody else, even like a street race where you right? You have horsepower. E equals MC squared. It's propulsion, matter versus distance, and time travel, and how much power it takes for you to get there. These are all things that you use on a daily basis that you have no idea. I will say one last thing. That's stupid as fuck, and I hate this to this point, because I've known this for years now, and I've never done this. I am a banker, was a banker in finances, in interest in investments. the way your interest is applied to your credit, how it is either APY, which is annual percentage yield, APR, annual percentage rate. There's an equation for that we've all learned. I don't fucking know that equation. And it sucks because I know that I don't know that. And I'm just like, yeah, I should think about that. And I never actually fucking do it. One of my stupidest blunders. But like, school is fucking great. But a lot of that stuff needs to come home and we need to deal with it at that table. Yeah. This is why you're learning this. This is what it means to you in your life. You're going to use this somewhere in your life. You need to know this math. What do you want to do? You want to be a scientist? Cool. What kind of science you want to learn? How can I make this applicable for you? You want to be a singer? Cool. A lot of shit's not gonna be applicable to you, but you don't want to be the fucking you don't want to be the singer that gets a contract and they're telling you that you're gonna receive this amount of percentage per year, every year over the next 10 years, and you don't know how to do that math.
Right.
Like you said, I think with the parenting, it's about what'd you say? What's right? What's easiest?
Yeah.
The easy part. So it's easy just allow your kid to just.
No, see, that's embarrassing.
No, not go to school, but just you take
that's
it's because you gotta repeat yourself. It's easy, and I'm like, yo, when I see this shit, I'm like, yo, you need to be a parent. Like,
yeah,
fuck easy. You didn't sign up for that. You had a kid. Raising a child is easy unless you're financially struggling. But if you don't take that time out early enough to do it. Versus waiting till
you let a lot of shit slide.
Exactly. Versus wait till they're 8 or 9 already set in their fucking ways and then tell them so you got chores now. What? Like we had chores at the age of like
my mom said, hey,
even if it's small,
like, hey, pick up that basket there. Pick up that bag of clothes.
Yeah, even
you can pick it up, you can wash it.
Even if you gotta take if you gotta take a mop and tie it to the back of your child and let that child just walk all the fuck around the kitchen. Yeah,
like, it's slowly implementing the exactly. Young age. Painted, finger paint. Okay, now we have to wash.
Got to clean it up.
Got to clean it up after you made a mess. Now we got to clean it.
Exactly.
It was fun, right?
Yeah,
cool.
So this is the responsibility part. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to do that. And
you can't miss anything though.
Yeah, and that's
you can't. But the more you get, the more successful that child will be.
Exactly, and it's just like, but you allow this shit to slide, and it looks crazy for. If you're dating someone to come in and try to do that, now there's a rift.
Looking at you crazy.
Now there's a rift because you got old line versus new line, right? And this is why I use this metaphor, right? When a lion comes to a pride, they kill off if they ain't in their bloodline, it's dead. Like that's usually a lot of alpha predators. Like a lot of predators when they come into a social group. All right, well this ain't my kid, so and. It's kind of that way too, but metaphorically, not literally. It's like I'm killing off the old ways, fucked up ways that you're used to.
Immediately.
Like, ain't no, we're going to all that procrastinating, we're going to attempt, all that procrastinating words, gotta go. It's happened over fucking night.
That's where we split, though.
Right.
Because that shock value is, I didn't mean to cut you off. I did cut you off. I apologize.
Good.
I would, and my advice for that, and I've always wanted, if I didn't have kids with the girl I had now, I love to raise someone else's kids. I don't care how bad they are. But so trick question, because I wouldn't date a girl who would have bad kids. I wouldn't, like, the girl I would date wouldn't have bad kids.
But you'll take the time out to know that kid too.
I would take the time out to know the kid. And if something's happened where the girl was who I wanted her to be to date and she had badass kids, it would be easier for me to work with those kids. But the best way of doing that for me that I would implement is the reward system first. I'm going to take you out and I'm going to spoil the fuck out of you. And I'm going to be the best person you've ever had in your life. For a little bit of time. Because you know what I've just done for you? I've given you your bar. You want this now? I'm going to take it away.
Show them what's possible.
I'm going to take it away.
Simple.
So
I agree with that.
You like going to the aquarium? You like eating ice cream all day? You like da-da-da-da? I want to do that for you, but I'm not going to do this for you if you're not going to do this.
I agree with that, but I would have a meeting, though. It's like, yo, this is how this is about to work. I'm the type parent, I'll pick you up, I'll do random shit.
How would you like that?
What?
Same thing you're teaching.
How would I like it?
Yeah. If your mom was dating some guy and she came in and he turned the house upside down. Oh, you drink soda 3 times a day? No more soda in the house. Everyone's drinking water. And
I mean, it wouldn't how I would like it. I've kind of had it happen, but
how do you take to it?
I mean,
not so fucking well.
Not,
I know the Ramon,
but
if I know old Ramon, I know young Ramon. And I'm sure
but not so
young
well.
Ramon wasn't like, yes,
not so well.
There.
But
yeah,
I would explain it like it was explained to me, which I understand. Like, especially and you're not going to understand that age. You're not going to understand until you get older. So, whether I liked it or not, didn't mean anything. Like, I understand it now because, hey, I've noticed this. I see this. That ain't about to happen. If you want something, you're going to earn everything you get. So you feel like you want something? Nah. I'm going to be. I like to have fun. But if you're not listening, we can't have fun. I would do shit. We have movie night. You got to go sleep at 8:30 when we have movie night. You listen. Your mom somebody had to repeat something to you. You going to sleep. Bedtime. Bye. Get out my face. You didn't clean something right. Guess you staying up all night till you get it right? Like, but once it's explained, everybody's okay with, well, whether you're okay or not ain't the fucking issue. It's gonna happen. So moving forward, this is how it's gonna be. I would have that meeting. That way, it's just not just oh yeah, I'm here now. But I would have that meeting. Like, you can express yourself or how you feel about it. Ain't gonna change. Might not change shit. I mean, if it's logical, I'm gonna listen to it and listen to your opinion. If it makes sense to me, all right. If I see if the good outweighs the bad part of it,
maybe something I would be interested in.
Exactly, but yeah, because you are a child. Like, until you can think for yourself, this is a dictatorship. Until you can do shit for yourself, this is a dictatorship.
What age is that for you?
What
is it an age or is it like a standard?
It's a standard, all right. Until you can do shit for yourself, until you can pay your own bills, feed yourself, all that, live on your own, pay your rent, as long as you're in the house.
Pre-adult.
Yeah, until you can do for yourself, because if you could, you would, but you can't. So this is how it's gonna be. I'm not about to. No, we're not. You're a child. You don't know shit. You're stupid right now. I'm going to help you get better. Like I said, I'm gonna be just as disciplined I am. I'm gonna have fun too. I like to have fun. I like to have fun with kids. Like, that's fun to me. But I'm not about to do it if you're not listening.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you're a little more authoritarian than I am in that, and I haven't. You actually have the experience of having kids, so I'm only talking logic, and you're talking experience. So I don't really know how I would truly deal with a situation like that. I truly think at my current stage that I would like to earn my child's respect, because my follow up question for what we were talking about earlier was, can your parents be your op, or can your children be your op?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But
so it's like
you said respect. I want to say is, whether it's fear or love, it'll get you respect.
There's a time.
Sometimes it'll change. Fear changes into love. But you can get respect from both of those things.
Yeah.
Like, so whether someone's scared of what you might do, or whether it's just like, you know what, I don't want to disappoint this individual. You can get to the same. It's just two different lanes, but you can get to that respect shit, right. Especially when they see. I don't want to. As many times I see my sister get fucked up, I ain't respect the fuck out my mom.
Right.
Now, like you said, call it what you want. It was effective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I done seen her fuck up her own brother. I done seen her fuck up my sister. I'm just seeing her do too much shit. I'm just like, yes, I'm not. I tried some shit. I'm not saying kids won't be kids, but you have to correct it as soon as it happens. Now, if that child, some children learn through just talking because they punish themselves. My daughter's one of them. Don't have to do too much. She punished herself. But some kids learn, all right, I got hurt or humiliated. When you get hit in front of your friends, certain shit you ain't doing again.
So here's a question for you. What if your parent, are you afraid that your parenting style won't work? And if it didn't, would you be okay with your children seeing you as their ops?
See me as their ops, like they hate me, or just they don't like me in that moment.
They decided as consciously thinking, self-providing adults that they don't want to deal with you because of
as adults. I mean, you a grown person. I mean, if you think I don't chase relationships, you fuck with me or you don't. I'm not about to sit here and fucking beg somebody to keep me in your life or child parent. Don't fucking matter to me. I'm not doing that because if people fuck with you, they fuck with you. Now, what it is that people want to make you pay and go through the fucking ringer. I ain't about to do all that. So if you don't like the way I parented, you feel okay. I'm not gonna lose love for you. I mean, it sucks we can't have the relationship I wish we could, and you can't understand. Say even through me explaining or through hopefully one day with your experience, you kind of
understand why it was the way it was.
I mean, I'm not. It is what it is.
That's honest.
And so let me say this real quick. So I think that as a parent, especially when you're introducing somebody new into your child's life, we talk about tact all the time. I'm sorry, but I would never allow a person to come into my house and say, this is my rules and that's it. Like, that way would never work for me. There would have to be like a conversation with the adults first before there is ever a conversation with children.
Of course.
And that's a good point. And I was gonna say that I figured.
No, there's different conversation. I've had this conversation before. No, there is because I done told a motherfucker, look, you really think this will work? I don't like. I'm not the only one. My brothers are the same way. We don't like undisciplined kids. Mm-hmm. We like kids, but undisciplined kids is a hell no. Because I don't like kids that can't. First of all, that come over, they don't listen. And I don't want to put nobody in that position, so I will have that conversation. I've had it before. I don't want to put you in this position to where you now have to go get a hotel to chill with your own fucking kid. Can't come because we got a spot together and this kid can't come to the fucking house. I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to put nobody through that. So I will have this conversation. I've had it before. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but that's if. So I will always have that conversation.
Your scenario is like if you and that woman are already on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, if we're not on the same page, no, we not. It's never gonna work. I would be crazy to think.
You don't seem like the type of person that would just bogart into someone's life.
No, never. No, I'm not that type of person.
I want you to say and do right now, or
whatever's changing. No. Right now. I ain't that person, but especially if it's a toll that's taken on you too, as on the woman, because it's like. This is obviously what you're missing. You can't do this, so I'll do it. I'm signing up to live with you
with her permission.
Yeah, I'm signing up to live with you, and you obviously can't handle this because whatever the case, you want to be their friends. I didn't have to remind them, motherfucker, they not going nowhere. They gotta come back. I'm not ever worried about not being friends or my child don't like me right now. Motherfucker, you're coming back.
Right.
Where the fuck you going? So you better just get used to it. Like, you better just go ahead and get out of your feelings and understand this is how it's going to be. Because where you going? Mm-hmm. You got to, like...
So I'll say, like, for me, I just remember, like, my mom and my stepdad are together to this day. So they've been together...
we should have been asking her. You should have asked her that question.
21. Mm-hmm. They've been together for 21 years. So... He came in and him and my mom got together like as soon as my mom and my dad broke up. So
he was messing with her for a while.
No, here's hold on.
There
was never a breakup with my parents as far as we knew. Mm. So
he was still there.
My parents were living together. The next thing I know, he walked in and they were like, he moved in. Like my dad was gone, he was there, and
he dropped it off.
It switched.
He dropped it.
You know, and I didn't like that. Like I feel like I know for me, it's always going to be my daughter's comfort is important to me. Her comfort level is absolutely important to me. If I have to be single for my daughter to be comfortable, I'll absolutely do that.
That is
I'm not going to be in just because we're dating, right? I love you. I want to be with you, but you and my daughter don't get along. that doesn't make sense for me.
See,
I'm not going to continue to pursue a relationship with you, knowing damn well that this is not going to work long term because the two people that I love the most can't get along. Yeah. That constant butting heads is never going to
right
work.
there.
We talked about the first thing we talked about today was the home. The home has got to be taken.
Yeah, that right there is another reason I'm good, because what the fuck I look like doing something for your kid? First of all, they don't even fucking, you know what I'm saying, like me. The amount of kids I done heard talk shit about somebody doing, or the step parent doing the most for their ass, it's like, yo, chill out. Like, this the person you call when your ass needs saving, but all of a sudden you want to sit here and talk shit.
And I think the question earlier is kind of of why you said what you said, and I felt the same way, and I think what you're saying is the same, right? So hypothetically, if you guys are dating, he has this type of parenting style. Before he's able to implement that, he has to talk to you about your engagements, about how you would be receptive with that. But he also has to prove to you that he's a legitimate good person, and that your daughter is going to receive this. Now, your daughter being a child may not see that up front, so that's for you to kind of be like, it may not seem
to lessen the blow. Yeah, no, I agree. So I tell him all the time, when you are dealing with a woman that has children, the only reason why she would ever have an issue with you disciplining her child is because one of two things: either she doesn't respect you, or she doesn't trust you to discipline them.
That's number one.
And at the
in
end
a lot
of the day,
situations,
it's so. I'm telling you, and you guys talk to the women in your lives and ask the women that have children, talk to the women in your lives that have children, and ask them what the biggest fucking burden is. Disciplining a child is a big fucking burden.
But that's what
it's a responsibility that is weighted so heavily on me. Like, I do it because I have to. But if I didn't have to, I fucking wouldn't. Like, my daughter knows.
But if you do it early, you won't have to later.
I agree.
That's why I'm like that now.
I absolutely agree with you. I definitely believe that a lot of children, like when you go into situations with people that have children and their children are undisciplined, they miss a lot of that. Like, interaction and early correcting. So for me, I realized, I told y'all, the biggest fucking epiphany was like, this motherfucker riding around on her, and my daughter, I never had her clean up anything. Like, your only responsibility is clean your room. Keep your room clean. I never had her clean the bathroom, clean the kitchen, clean anything.
Let me ask a question real quick. Let me cut you off. Why is that?
Why?
Because I see this a lot.
Like, it's a child shouldn't have to clean up a house.
Are you raising a child, or are you raising a child turned into an adult? Are you raising a forever child, or
no,
a future adult?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So again, it was a moment for me, and I'm correcting it, right? So, but that was my biggest thing, is like, my daughter is very messy, like in a junkie type of way. Like, she likes to hoard. And I'm like, why the fuck are you keeping things that you don't need anymore? Like, she likes to hold on to stuff. And I'm like, no, you need to get rid of as much stuff as possible. Like, you don't need these things. Like, I replace things so that you can get rid of things that you no longer need.
Were you raised as an only child?
No.
Man, I tell you what, your only children, they're weird.
Yeah, like, she is.
They're just weird. They just weird. Like the cat died.
Yeah, I
just weird. Yeah.
I understand it looks like slavery, but you live here.
Yeah, I agree. So
why not teach them to take care of?
I absolutely agree with you.
What I was going to say is
it is a very big mistake, and because now, like, well, I will say this. So she's definitely a lot better. Like, she's not 8-year-old Kimani. She's definitely 13-year-old Kimani, but she is. It took a while to get there. Like, my foot was in her ass a lot of times. Like, because I'll be like, do this. I'm going to run to the store real quick, and this needs to be done by the time I get back. Like, I told her that before I left. So I texted my sister when she got home. I said, hey, are you home? She was like, yeah. I said, is the kitchen clean and is the dishes done in the kitchen? Because the kitchen is clean, but the dishes aren't done. That doesn't make sense. So I was like, are the dishes done and is the bathroom clean? She was like, yeah. When I walked in, like I let Kimani know, like it looks so nice in here, smells so good, and I was like, okay. Because the moment that I hit the door, my foot was in her ass because I told you to do this before I left. Now all this time that I'm here, by the time I get back, this shit needs to be done.
This is where I grew up, right? I'll never forget. Me and my brother was staying with my older brother. Or shit, we stayed with my mom. My mom said it too. And somebody be like, "Oh, you need me to wash the dishes?" Like, no, I got 2 of them right there.
Damn.
That's the house I grew up in. Yeah, they right there. they about to get up and do it and go to sleep.
The craziest thing of like not implementing cleaning for a kid is expecting them to clean when they're on their own. Because now I have to like be on my own now, 21, 18.
That right there.
And I have my own spot and
wonder why no females run out your house. They be like, I want to fuck. Yeah, not no more. I left something in the car. Like,
yeah.
And
because it doesn't just turn on. It doesn't just turn on and turn off.
Oh no, it doesn't turn on.
Like,
I know some.
It's 18.
I know some adults.
Like, I'm on my own. I'm clean. I'm great. I want to get scented candles, and I like Fabuloso, not Pine Sol. I want organic. Like you learn that shit over time.
Yeah.
I know some adults. You go there, it's just like, yo, this chicken was in here last time I was here, dog. That was a month ago. Talking about some, you got something to eat, nigga. I've been some adults, but then you wonder, but you won't.
Red flags.